Hey guys, welcome back. All right, yes, I know what you're saying. Like, why is there holiday stuff already here? Well, we're gonna go ahead, like I said, we're far ahead. We've done Thanksgiving, a little bit of Halloween. We're gonna go ahead and get our holiday one knocked out as well. So, before you, and as you can tell if you've already read the module, this is going to be about three-dimensional, 3D, all right? So when we do 3D, before we do this, let's look over here. So before, and you'll see on the module we'll talk about this, we have 3D. Okay? So, two-dimensional, we have square. Okay? Three-dimensional, to turn this square into, say, let's say a cube, we go here, here, and there. So we have how tall, how wide. It's flat. It's only two dimension. Okay? Now, for three dimension, we have how tall, how wide, that's 1, 2, but then we have how far back, or what I like to call depth. Okay, this thing has fullness, it has not volume, but it has, it has a full form. This is a shape. This is now a form, three-dimensional, okay? You are an organic form. This would be a geometric form. So we're gonna use the cone, the sphere, and I'm just insinuating a sphere here, so don't worry how round it is. Ours won't be like that, okay? The cube, and possibly a rectangular prism. Big word just to mean a rectangular box. Okay. Now, do these shapes always have to go in that direction? No. This cones, these round ones, keep the same circumference all the way around. The blocky ones you can change. So I can literally go cube here. I can go cube above. Cube below. And that's where you get into perspective. It starts to shrink as it gets farther away, or if it's coming overhead. So this would be like if it's coming over top of you, you're looking down on it. This is to the left, to the right, you name it. And you'll have your choice on that, so don't worry. We'll mainly be using this one or this one. So I wanted to go over that. Now what I suggest is, flip this over. You practice these shapes. Don't worry about the decorations. We're making it look Christmassy. Don't worry about that. Worry about, now for the shape, I used one of these for the circle. That's gonna be the easy one. You can get a circle. I know you probably don't have the yogurt cups like I have here where I just traced it. Something, and you see the comparison to my hand. Okay? Comparison to my hand. Now, what we're gonna do with this, we're not gonna sit here and just make these three shapes. I made a little Christmassy holiday picture. No, you're gonna use these to make a card, okay? We're actually gonna take 2 sheets of paper, okay? We're gonna fold them. And we're gonna make ourselves a Christmas card. Now, the reason I'm putting 2 in there is, one for different pages, but also these are gonna bleed through a little bit. On the back of this, it didn't do too bad on my drawing paper, but yeah, it came through enough. We don't wanna mess your card up. So, if you draw on the cover, you can also draw on the inside and not bleed through. So I'm gonna sit here, okay? I am going to staple these edges. Okay, so 2 sheets of white paper. Or if you have some light blue, something other color, that's fine as well. Green, I don't know, some of those multi-packs that I told you to get, they all have different kinds in there. So, we're gonna take 2 sheets together, fold them like a normal Christmas card. But, before you do this, I want you, on a practice paper, I want you free drawing and practicing before you go to this. I'm not going to this yet until video 2, okay? I told you I do rough drafts and practice. You're getting out of the 2D realm, you're gonna be hitting 3D now. And if you come back, or if we get a chance, depends on how, we're gonna play by ear, you will be doing another 3D project, kind of on your own. And that involve pyramids and landscapes. So I'm really starting to get you ready now. So before you start your card, you can make this part, take 2 white sheets of paper, staple it, and just keep it folded. But do not go to this. I want you to take scrap paper, rough draft paper, and I want you to go in, and everybody's always like, how, Mr. Patrick, how did you get good at this or know how to do this? It's practice. I want you to sit here. So first, you start like a triangle, okay? 2 diagonals. Don't be afraid to move your paper. I come here at the end, voila, I have a cone. I will sit here and I will keep practicing my cones. Thin cones, wide cones, and you see me rough sketching. I call this rough sketching. Now light and shadow, don't worry about all that yet. That'll come in later. I'm gonna come here, as you just saw me doing on the other page. Practice making cubes. Now, to do this the light way, the original, or a starter beginner way, I draw 2 squares. So you have a square here. If you want it to go to the left, I take a square. Voila. And what I do is I connect the edges. You see these in math, the edges. Okay? I'm not gonna have this see-through, so I'm gonna erase what I don't need anymore. And voila. Now, as you keep practicing, you'll get good at doing it this way. I've done this for so long. But until then, get used to, and I'm gonna put let's say put it down here. Boom. Voila. Okay? The rectangular one, same thing. And then I'm gonna put another rectangle, but see how I kind of offset it? And then I connect the edges. You can pause this video and watch. And even though this one's see-through, if you don't want it see-through, which we're not gonna have see-through boxes, you do not wanna have see-through presents, because that just gives away the excitement and the intrigue. But I want you to do, for this first video, for a week, I want you to grab 3D, and you'll see them on the module. I want you to practice drawing 3D shapes. You've got to build the house before you can add all the cool stuff to it. You can't have a man cave, can't have the TV room, can't have the bedroom and the cool kitchen until you build the framework. That's what this is, okay? We will jump into this next video. Oh, and also for the sphere, this is what I do. Trace my circle. Now, the hard thing for a sphere is you can't see how round it is. If you do like I did for the ornament, we put the round lines, it gives you that sense or optical illusion that, hey, it's round. Another thing we do is, you won't do it on this project, but we also add shade, light and shadow. See, now it looks more spherical. I can put a little shadow down here, like light. And that's what I was talking about with the light and shadow, don't worry about that. But this is also a tool that we can use in our favor, okay? Now, there are other ones too. There are also, I know I've drawn some on this one here. I've got another scrap sheet of paper. We also have, we're not gonna probably use the pyramids much on this one, but you have the pyramids. So the pyramid and the cone start out with 2 diagonals, kind of like a triangle, but instead of going flat across on the cone, you round it off. On the pyramid, you actually do flat it off. Right now we have a triangle, 2-dimensional flat, but now we have 3-dimensional pyramid. Totally changes. And then if I really wanted to get detailed and stress it, voila. Okay? So I want you to keep practicing these for that week, and then come back ready to know. So what's gonna happen in your card, we're gonna draw a Christmas tree on the front with the cone and the cylinder. and I'll show you a cylinder here in a minute. You're gonna open it up, you're gonna do one in here. Here will be your message. Like, hey, happy holidays, whoever you're gonna give it to for yourself. And on the back, I'll let you draw another one. So we're gonna need at least 3. More likely we'll do the tree, the sphere, and the gift. One of these gifts, okay? So practice those so when we do get to this, you're not, I know you can pause the video, but you're not like, oh God, I don't know how to do this. You're well versed in these 3D shapes. All right, now I'm gonna leave you with this. It's a fun thing. So, okay. Now I know what you're saying. You've already done this. True. But watch this. Now, I'm gonna trace it so the lines don't get too confusing. Nice clean lines. This was a little trick in my art school, and I know some of you have already seen this. We used to do this in my elementary school, which was eons and centuries ago. But we would make the box see-through, and then we'd put a little square, or excuse me, a little circle right there in the middle. Now, if you stare at this dot enough, this box will look like it moves. So I'm gonna end the video that way. Okay, I want you to stare at this little dot here, and I'm gonna see how it looks on here. I'm gonna move it in. Now, this is not your project. This is just a fun little trick with the 3D. I want you to practice your 3D shapes, and then next week, or video 2, we'll start the real car. But if you stare at this dot enough, it will look like the square. Right now, it looks like the square is going this way, and then it looks like it goes that way. So I'm gonna leave you here for just a few seconds. Just stare at it. Look right at the dot. And it's an optical illusion. I'm not doing anything tricks with the camera. It's just how your eyes are playing tricks on you with the lines and stuff. All right, guys? Talk to you next week. Bye-bye.